Dadaab Refugee Camp located at the heart of northern part of Kenya, Garissa. The sprawling camp is a home of over 300,000 people, with the majority of them being youth whose parents lived in for almost 3 decades and counting. Hagardera, one of the camps that fall under the Dadaab refugee camps. The town is more of a camp than what it really is. It holds people of different shades, the young, the elderly, the sickly and the healthy ones, all brought together under one roof for one sole reason: to keep them safe against uproar of conflict and tirades of chaotic altercations in their home country, their motherland Somalia. It is now growing as the day passes by, breathing a new life to what was originally a shanty. With the time, the town, though heavily pregnant with people of the same ethnicity, but with a different vision in their daily life, resembled a naturally grown town and slowly developing into a commercial hub connecting northern part of Kenya to southern Somalia. We are with Fardosa Aden, a young lady in Hagardera. From the looks and physique, she appears older than her age. Life has given her the rough side of the bread to bite from. She is just 26 years old. This is the age where the majority of the women come face to face with life. It is at this age that many women settle to run academic prowess. Others put their trust in hope of living as independent women, while others fighting against all odds to make their life better by day. Unfortunately, the opposite is true with Fardosa. She is a mother of 4, married at an early age. She has been through the deepest end of the tunnel. While the adage says that there is light at the end of the tunnel, Fardosa is oblivious, and for her, all lights have gone off. Whatever ahead of her will be blankets of darkness, if not darkness in other forms.
markii hore horta anoo Garissa ayaa la guursaday aliya marriage wax la igu dhacay.
I was young when I first got married, and I had a lot of challenges with my husband and his family. I have decided to work on my own, and I started my business with $50, and it all boomed. And that is how I succeeded in life.
Fardosa leaves her house at the crack of the dawn. In the chills of a dryland morning, the cold that has feasted on her is evident on her face. Tortured by the wind and leaving her with a crunchy face, she heads to what she has so far called a cafeteria. She gets ready in full hope of preparing food for her customers while still sharing in the camp. The zeal and positivity that engulfs her face tell a story of a woman who has crossed unimaginable bridges in her life, a woman who has attempted to climb the ladder to reach her daily goals 10 times and not restrained by how long she has fallen off the ladder. Where she is today has been a lonely journey, the path full of thorns pricking her bare feet every time she makes a move. As she puts it to account, life has been difficult since the olden days, where she was forced into an early marriage against her will and under duress. The expectations of her parents were to be a pillar that will be a fabric to cement their lives for the better. No one knew that this will be the aftermath. Life on a cliff where you are not sure if the next move will take you 6 feet under.
I am a mother with 4 kids. I was into business since when I had my firstborn till now, and I have not encountered any challenges. I get my daily bread. I pay my kids' school fees and pay the maids as well.
Going through many heavy scenarios on her way as a young lady, she has never, even for a blink of an eye, surrendered to the harsh life. She rather stood still, arm akimbo to battle it out. She either wins or gets dusted in waves of experience to carry her through. She starts a business to avoid being an encroacher, something that he is advising her fellow sisters not to be as such. Fardosa is a living testimony of a youth at the camp who struggles to realize her potentials even when an opportunity doesn't knock even by hallucinations. For her, life has been a game to gamble, not knowing what to keep even when the stakes are high, not knowing what to lose even when the stakes are low.
I would like to encourage my dear sisters to do something that won't make them depend on men. They can hustle by themselves. This is life and anything can happen, and of course, we need basic needs. It's good for both partners to work hard and better the lives of their kids. Children always want to have the best, and my advice to all is just be contented with what you have.
Another man is Abdi Fatah Sheikh, a business person who left school at a primary level when life put him under the scale to survive for the fittest. He was to make it or get X by nature, willingly or unwillingly. He now works as an electrician, selling different blades and forms of electronic gadgets like bulb, extensions, and etc. Abdi Fatah highlights some of the puzzles and dead ends that the youth at the Dadaab Refugee camp go through, terming it as Mshakil, a Somali word equivalent to hell. He adds that one of the biggest obstacles he has faced is getting an identity card. It is a fist fight, a claimer to have an identity card in a land that is not his. It may seem weird, but that is the only gadget that will allow him and his fellow youth to travel out of their zones to find a different lifestyle or be accustomed to a different niche.
Challenges are very many, especially when you are working. For example, when the person has no valid government permit and whatever he or she needs is not something within the refugee camp, challenges will be immense. If the same person needs to have alien, which will allow him or her to have a travel permit, which is not possible at this time, it will make the person not to go anywhere to seek services. On notable scenario, when the person wants to send or even receive information through her cell phone, through his or her cell phone, the person may not get information which pleases him or her. Therefore, it is only the person who can get right access of information at personal level, which is not possible when he or she does not have a travel permit. It is therefore very important for the person to get government validation in order to boost their own inbuilt personal skills.
It is evident that almost every young person in the refugee camp is a strong supporter of soccer, something that they say can make them busy and reel off from engaging in other nasty and sacrilege activities. In our final steps, deep and huge strides filled with dismay and goaded beyond human endurance, we met teenagers, some very young to be in teenage, who fend off for their daily bread as cobblers and shoe shiners. What a marvelous job. This is the kind of struggles that some of the youth at the Dadaab Refugee camp go through just to win a daily bread. The good old men have made mention of what life will offer you based on the efforts you invest in. But however much hefty the efforts are, the splints seems completely glowing off. Mahat Abdi, reporting from the Dadaab Refugee camp, Garissa.